G'day guys, Simon Garraway, club member 799. This is my version of Show Us Your Car. Other people are saying, well, I haven't got a badge, and I'm not going to call it a badge Nis or a Nis badge. It is Show Us Your Car. You can choose what you want. Anyway, we'll just go around to the back to the more interesting part. And this is the kitchen area under Ralph Longley's fantastic 4B shade. You're not going to hear me over there. Under Ralph Longley's 4B shade, and there is my kitchen. The fridge, a couple of tables, and drawers, obviously. The fridges can be either 240 or 12 volt. They're both hooked up to the one point, 12 volt, 240 obviously, and you disconnect one and reconnect the other. So, the tables are fairly explanatory. They're nice and easy. Drawers, I got this drawer done so you can have your cans of Coke or beer or your sneaky cask of cooking wine and all that sort of stuff. All sizes cans fit in there, and then we've got the other couple of drawers for all your camping gear and all that sort of stuff. In the side I've got pockets each side, and that is for the 12 volt when I'm driving along for the fridges. A screw on marine coupling so it doesn't disconnect, and there's a 12 volt connection over there. Up here is where all my bedding goes, my mattress, sleeping bags, pillows, blankets, whatever. Then I fold it up into that cavity and my tent goes in there. Obviously it's out, I've already got it out there. So the normal thing would be to pull your tent out, set it up, and then pull your bedding out, and then the next morning you put your bedding away, then pack your tent up and it's underneath, and if it's damp it's not onto your bedding. We set this up for the canning and the gun barrel, and we lived 5 weeks in it, and doing it this way. Our kitchen here, there's a couple of ideas here. Originally it was just a jerry can holder which ended up here, and I stole an idea from one of our club members about gas storage. I haven't got it fastened down but at the moment, but normally it's secure, and I've extended it by putting the stove there. When you've finished cooking, stove goes away, up comes your bucket, and there's your washing up table, and all your clean stuff can go back on your tables inside. When another idea happened, and this was gifted to me by another club member, is this just a hand pump for pumping the water out of the tank. Now inside the car, I'm jumping ahead a bit. When I finish with all of this, what I'd normally do is cover the gas bottle up with a bucket. Well, normally use for one reason or another. And when you're driving along, all you see is a situation like that. So you don't even really know what's happening. Inside the car, I have got storage for 3 jerry cans for water or fuel. If I'm running 3, I stand them up, but if I run 2, I sit them down like that, and then the seats can fold down. When they're full of water, they're heavy, so what I've got here is a little pump that fits inside, 12 volt pump, and I fill up my jerry can. So normally when we're long-term travelling, the seats come out and I have a second floor in there with storage underneath, the fridge sitting on top, and tubs holding books, maps, whatever. Also, when I'm driving long term, I have all my tools sitting under the seat there, right back to this hinge part, and on the other side I have my recovery gear. That helps balance up the vehicle, getting a bit of weight forward. During the hot season, I prefer to run foil on the inside of the glass, both sides and rear, but you can't see through that, so when I'm driving, I have these window socks. I'll call it a window sock. You can actually see through them, and it's quite good. Nice and safe for when you're pulling out of an intersection. Inside, I'm generally running a tablet with a GPS, and over next to the window is a navigator that I can punch in stuff and it will navigate me to. The radio is down there. I've upgraded the normal car sound system, and just on the other side is a little controller for the electric brakes on my trailers. The main units, the main units for the radio and the electric brakes were all situated underneath that console. In this passenger seat, we also have a pump up lumbar, and that's essentially all that we've done inside. The only other thing I can think of is just up there I have a permanently mounted inverter, so I can do any charging up that I require, and just above it is a low voltage cutout switch for my second fridge here, because when I'm running 2 fridges, I have one as a fridge, one as a freezer, and the freezer has priority for the power. Up on the roof, I normally have a wire basket and a tube that holds the my fishing rods and sand flagpole. Underneath the bonnet is a standard 4.2 diesel, turboed, intercooled, and it is standard. The only real difference I've done to the motor is I've gone and put a washable air filter, a catch can just up the back there, and this year the original exhaust system that started leaking, so I've replaced it with a full 3-inch system right from the turbo right back down to the back. Also under the bonnet here I have a air compressor which operates my front diff lock, as well as I've got a hose here coming all the way out for easy pumping up of my tyres. You'll notice 2 batteries. My second battery over here operates all my electronics in the car, fridges, and also supplies power back to my trailers, whether it be the camper trailer or caravan. So in between the main battery and the auxiliary battery, I have a low battery cutout switch, low voltage cutout switch or isolator switch, whatever you want to call it, that separates the two, so my starting battery is always good. Likewise, I have a second isolator switch from my auxiliary battery. Here it is, just here, to isolate my trailers from the car. So this battery has got priority power for my fridges. Talking about the car, it is body-wise very standard. It is now sitting on a 2-inch lift with 33-inch tyres, with a front diff lock, and I've changed the hubs over to manuals, so when I'm pushing the trailers around in reverse or whatever, I can select low range, and it's easy work for the clutch, gearbox and engine. The car has also had a GVM upgrade. Essentially down the front it's not touched except for springs and shocks, but down the back the spring towers and spring saddles are reinforced. The diff is laminated, in other words they just weld a bit of extra stuff to it, and the springs and shocks once again are changed. The other thing I have underneath the car is airbags on the back. Now it's sitting quite high at the moment because it's not loaded, but in the airbags I've only got 4 to 5 pound in it. When I've got the car fully loaded and the caravan hanging off the back of it, I only run about between 10 and 12 pound, because the airbags are there to assist, not to take over. You've noticed a second aerial in front of the car. That is for my radio. No, sorry, for my phone. Both aerials are 6 dB gains, and it's surprising the amount of extra reception you have for your phone. It also has the winch and just the normal driving lights. When I'm running real remote, I take the alloys off, and I prefer to run steels, and I think that's about it all. So that's the pride and joy. That's the old style engine with hardly any electronics on it that I use to go remote, and it's been a very, very good car. Well, as they say, that's all folks. All of you take care, and we'll catch you later. Bye.